Welcome to 2023. And still forgetting to push record. So I got tearing away and thought, I'll look at the camera here, and of course it wasn't recording. Anyway, so we're tearing into this Ostasizer Imperial blender. We're already into it. That's just a tag, piece of aluminum, dirty aluminum. So I was just about to the cord for it. It's been cut off. The cord was all frayed up on it where it comes out of the blender, so clearly why it was no good. So the end of my plug-in bucket here. I'm just gonna set the cord over to the side here, what's left of it. So I was just cleaning the wires out of my way here, and more wire, and just a little sheeting, a little brass connector. Just nip him off, toss them in this little bowl that I got here for little odds and end pieces, so they're not scattered all over too far. But yeah, just the rest of the cord. Yeah, the motor in this one here, she's held in by screws, but they got a nut head on them. I don't know, well, maybe you can see that in there. I set up some new lights here in the doghouse. But I don't know if they're reflecting real bad, or well, of course my smallest socket isn't the right socket. Too big. So I gotta run to the shop and grab some more sockets here, and we'll be back. I'm back. My bit box. Let's see maybe if I got the right size nut driver here. I think we, oh, of course, the one that fits, and I drop it inside. Move that out of you guys' way. And see a little better. To the floor. Just pick that up now. I don't want to step on it. Don't fall against my TV, please. That is my TV right there that I got in the dump. Oh yes, right, these top pieces. Don't want to bend that. I think I just bent my little bar there a bit. Oh well. Oh, there's the hammer. Oh, right down underneath the motor, there's two hidden in there. So probably have to take this top nut off. Of course, that's not the right same size. No. Aha. I need something to probably hold on to that. Fan, motor. stayed in there. Propeller, it's magnetic, so into the shred. Still fighting with it. That's a fun thing with blenders. The two pieces that separate are screwed down in here underneath the motor that's attached by here to separate that out. So I guess I gotta try to maybe pry that guy up. Pry it up or beat it through, one of the two. Let's see what we got here. Clearly not a good prying tool. But that's when the hammer comes in handy. A bit of plastic though, shrapnel. And a box for plastic there. That'll be a smaller nut driver. Take those screws out of this top piece there. Alright, so one more metal in there. Little washers in there. Magnetics. You can throw them into your screws. I toss them in my little screw bucket here, which will just go for shred. Tin, some people call it. And just clean up some of that plastic. Little washer. So there's the switches. You get lots of nice pieces of brass on this one. And looks like a piece of copper there. So we'll get into that. The motor here. Take off the little brass connectors. Quick, just to toss into the little saving jar there. And this is like a tin coated wire by the looks of it. So you want to make sure that you separate that from your regular copper wire. Cut this, it's like kind of like a masking tape. Paper or something maybe on there. Wrap holding it together. Just toss that on the floor in the garbage pile there. So you guys, well, you can see that the windings on this motor are pretty cool. They're painted blue and red. So there's one for my American buddies. Some red and blue. Well, I guess you're missing the white. Oh, there's white in there, right? Yeah. I hear you. Shh. I'll just cut the wires here off that nice red and blue wire. Come on now. Oh, toss wire over here. I got a pile for wire. Off some other stuff. Cut all the way through. There you go. Might have been easier probably to take this whole bracket off first. I'm not fighting with the it's not a nut driver, it's a flathead. So I'm not fighting around the bracket trying to get that copper off. Flatheads, my most favorite screw. Got the right size. Put the new one here. Oh, sir. I'll go old school with the still straight head screwdriver for setting your carbs. I love these little screwdrivers. Okay. I have to go and oh, there we go. I was gonna say, I thought maybe I'd have to take the brushing parts out. That's why I couldn't really get to the screw with the impact there. Oh, no, sir. I can get it to pop enough, though. There we go. Yeah, with the brushes there, it can't get the impact right on it. Probably could use a longer bit, I suppose, maybe a better angle. Oh, not quite. I think that's some of the times you get fumbling too much when you're filming videos. You're trying to be quick and get as much done in a decent amount of time as possible. And then, yeah, sometimes you start getting a little fumbly. Just pop these little clips that hold the brushes off. So there you get a little carbon, I think it is. A little spring on the end of it. I've seen some of them where the springs are copper, not too many. And this one is magnetic, so it just tosses all that into the shred pile there. This will be some harder plastic on these rest of the brush ends, but a little snip, they just pop apart pretty easy. As long as you get the plastic to break in the right spots. So you pull that out, you got a really nice piece of your yellow brass. You know, just make sure it's not fooling you. Grab your little hand file, scrapper's best friend, next to a magnet. You know, give it a little file. Oh yeah, nice and shiny. Hopefully maybe you can see that. And you know, a little tag end of copper, you know, over from the connector here. Probably just bend that over. Pull it right out, and then there's your really nice clean piece of yellow brass. You could nip the end of that off, because I don't know, at my yard I haven't taken much of this sort of stuff into them yet. If they'd say that's clean copper with the or clean brass with the copper in it or not. So anyway, I'll go ahead here and pop the other clip off, holding the other one on. Pull out the spring with the brush end on. Your wire and little to contact. That one pulled right out nice and easy. Ka-ching. That's why we wear safety glasses. we go. Here's your nice clean piece of yellow brass. The clip ends just into the shred. Some of this plastic out of my way here. So this would be probably cast aluminum. Or if somebody knows that it's maybe something else, the brackets on most of these motors, but I think that it's cast aluminum. In here there's going to be a plate and a riveted on. And there's what looks like it could be a brass. It's kind of a bronzy colored bushing in there that the motor would spin. Yeah, it spins around in there itself. But you probably need to get a grinder or something to actually get that out. I don't have in here. So anyway, that's just going to go off to the side. Be scrapped down further later. Just throw it in my scrap bucket for that sort of stuff. I thought I got it. Oh, there we go. Rest of the spindle off the motor. I always fight with these things. I don't have a bench vise in here, so Really? Really? That was just let me have it in the comments on that one, everybody. There's some, it's the washer on the end. I don't know if maybe it'll thread off or, yeah, it's threadable. So that it's magnetic, just into the shed. It does have some rubber on it, but sure they won't mind a little bit of rubber here and there. It wasn't so hard. Wish I had a bigger flathead screwdriver or something out here. See maybe if I can get this one off the rivets. There we go. There's that little round bushing thing. It does not appear to be magnetic at all. Really cool. Some of them, they got a brassy look and they are magnetic. Yeah, that's got like a nice red brass color. Possibly bronze. I'm not sure. I don't come across a lot of bronze. But it's definitely got that red brass look over the yellow brass, right? A piece for your shred. Those rivets, they should just, there we go, pull right out. Check them quick if they're magnetic rivets. They are. I'll just throw them into my screw pile, screw bucket here. So there, that actually gets that bracket nice and clean. For your cast aluminum. So here quick, we probably could get the other one. Want that to turn, that I can kind of hammer down on it. It's plate. A little bit, maybe. Somewhat, sorta. Get it enough up, lift it up that I can get the cutters under it to pry it off those rivets. The other one had just popped right off. Oh, there we go. There's the brassy ball. This one's not magnetic like some of them that I say I've found. You can get a little scratch with the file into the bucket. Now these, your spindle or whatever, you can pound that copper off if you wanted. Probably throw it into your number 2. I'm just saving them up in the bucket. See what my yard will take them as. Still have a copper motor piece. Give me copper motor price maybe. You know, or I don't want to be one of those Canadians that pulls the copper out of those things. Boy, I won't lie, I tried it once. That's why I had to throw it right into shred if they don't take it as a copper motor. Weight. There's pins out. Nice clean. File bites, that's what I'm pretty sure that's got to be cast aluminum, so we throw that over in the aluminum pile anyway. Right, on to the rest of this mess. And just nip the bigger wires free here. So my New Year's resolution is to try to get more comfortable on camera here. I'm generally a pretty quiet person, unless I really have something to say. So lots of times I just kind of scrap away and might not say too much. I'm standing there trying to think of stuff to say and Alright, well, I guess before we went too much further, we could take the file. And we got a bonus. It is colored red and blue, actual copper. I don't know, well, that might focus. We'll run that over again. But that's got that nice copper color. We'd love to see. So we'll definitely get the rest of this wire off of here. Just kind of hoping it might just pull off. A lot of it's kind of loose here. Save a person from us cutting as much as possible. Of course, probably just going to wind up with the rat's nest here. There we go. So we can just get those little plastic sleeves to maybe pull out here a bit. Well, Yeah, it probably would have been quicker to just nip the copper. What you think I'll just do for the last little bit here? Got my nips, big ones handy. See if I can get up and under it. There, last of it out. Yeah, that's pretty cool stuff. Nice metallic-y look on that blue and the red. Scrunch it up here a little bit. Set it off to the side. See how much I can pull off of this guy without having to cut too much of it. So a little screwdriver worked really good to feed it off. Try to set it up so you guys can see it a little better, I suppose. That's pretty much the end of it. I'll just cut the end off. There. I know some of you guys are saying that this could go into your prepared. I'm not too sure what my yard would take them as. I've only just thrown it into shred so far. But I could keep a couple off to the side next time I go in and ask the guys if they, if that it's not, you know, too beat up or whatever. Separated, I suppose, right? It's still one solid piece that if they would take it as prepared. I got a little tongue-tied flustered on that one. There, I just bunch all that nice red and blue copper wire. Run a file over it again, just so they can, if they pull it out. I know last time I was there I had some of this colored wire and they definitely pulled it out. And the guy hit it with a file a few times and then he was like, oh, I see. You got some file marks on it. But they gave me a number, well, like a number 2, number 3 mixed price for wire like this and all my other motor windings. A lot of you guys, you see, get number 2. They called it number 3. Number 2, number 3 mixed on the receipt, I think, was number 2. Number 3. That was last year. So anyway, we have a box here for throwing some copper in. You know, just kind of off to the side. And we can head on into the plug switch here, or plug switch, wow, blah, 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 blah. The button switch. It's probably got a fancy little clip on it somewhere that makes it pop in 2. I also have one. I think we all needed that, eh? I know I needed it. I got a heck of a mess. Pieces flew around. It was just mostly the plastic. Yeah. Sometimes you just need to smashy. I didn't smashy this one enough. Got some nice copper plate here. Just lift that off the brass pieces. I think that was one of the things that fell was the file. There we go. Give that piece of copper a little scuff and into the barrel. Oh, you're gonna get more hammer action, I think. Maybe. There we go. Yeah, some of that plastic that really holds on. Should make sure that that's those are just ends it in here. They're magnetic, so you can just pull those out and they go right into the shred. You get the idea on that. Oh, so anything that was up inside the buttons, yes, is going to be just shred. There we go. Let me get into the brass pieces here. These plastic. Yeah, my big thing for this year is getting more comfortable in front of the camera. Ooh. I can say I do. I do get a little quiet. Let's get rid of some of the plastic pieces here. I'm sure I'll probably find brass pieces and stuff from the little smashy around, but you know, this is kind of like Easter eggs when you find them. There, you get some of that mess cleaned up. Yeah, nice brass pieces here, and then plugs. The plugs with the switches pieces. So you just take them and I'll just throw them into my little jar here. You know, you can give them a little file if you're not sure. I'll always hit something with the file. That, and even if you got like a real dirty, gunky spot, well, then it just kind of cleans it up. You're not going to lose much to weight. Now, each one of these brass pieces has a little silver dot right there on the end. Hopefully that focus so you guys can see it. So I'll probably you know, take cutters if I can get past it there. If it wants to cut off, I'd have to probably take the, you know, just cut that off. Here's your little silver dot. I have a little container that I throw those into. Save them up. With this last piece of the plastic, that these brass pieces, and they're fixated with copper, little copper plate on there, and the copper as well has a wipe there. There's a little silver contact on the end, so they're just pressed on, so you need to take your cutters or pliers or whatever, and they just pop off. So yeah, you take that silver dot off, then throw this copper in your number 2 or whichever category you would separate it into. Yeah. Run the file over it. There, nice bright copper color. File, nice bright brass. So. That stuff with the silver contacts, I'll sit in the evening. Gives me something to do. Watching TV or scrap family videos. Other videos, I like to watch Randonautica. I dropped a Randonautica, my first experience. Wife and I out playing. It was back in, I think, September, but I hadn't edited or thought if I would put it on this channel because it's more scrap. But so if you guys haven't checked out my short little Randonautica video, go and check that out. There's a playlist. It's also just in the videos. It'd be awesome, Drop me a comment. See if you like that. We had a lot of fun filming it. Like to maybe do some more of that other stuff. Some exploring around out here. And we have a natural area right behind my house, so it's really nice there. Always going to find some wildlife, and deer and moose and all that fun stuff. Nice trails. And it takes you right out to the lake as well, out through there. So yeah, if you guys would like to see, some exploring videos, like I say, yeah, let me know. I'd definitely like to film some. Alright, well, we're going to move on to this KitchenAid one. See down inside here, there's where the screws are. I think they're just Phillips. So jump right in. Yeah, I had a lot of fun filming that Randonautica and exploring around kind of stuff. If maybe it's not you guys' thing, also, let me know. I may throw up a second channel for kind of vloggy, other sort of stuff, away from scrapping. Yeah, this KitchenAid, when I picked it up, somebody had already cut the cord end off. It's alright. I pick up a lot of stuff that people cord cut, because there's still always a good bit of copper from the rest of the cord in there. Excuse me. Alright, just making sure that I still got the right bit going on here. right. There we go. See here, sometimes these are actual metal or something. Be aluminum. So if you're not too sure. I think that is just a piece of plastic. Plastic as well. Oh, we got a little screw holding the switch thing there. Let's take him off. Alright, let's throw that right to shred because I'm sure it's magnetic. Oh, wait, no. Yes, it's magnetic. Shred. There's a few screws out of the way. Into the pile. Move the drill out of your guys' way. Out of my way. Yeah, see, there I go, trying to be speeding things up and they get flimsy. We have a saying around here for stuff like that, but I ain't saying it on YouTube. It involves eating a hot dog in public. Just nip these main wires loose. Let's see. Let's pull the sheeting off, expose those down to a 60% or whatnot. Wait. See, there we go. Working with a pair of someone else's hands. Wow. Oh, there we go. These little blocks are handy. Tend to save them up if you're ever making a project. Sometimes I like to tinker with electronics or just, you know, you're wiring something together that you need. Oops. My hands. I have such a hard time holding on to things lately. But yeah, you just put your wires in there, right? Feed them in. They're pretty handy. There's a Mexican jumping copper. Alright, so yeah, this is your nice actual copper. It's not a tin coated. This stuff is tin coated, so you know, you definitely gotta have a look. Make sure you're not mixing tin coated with regular insulated copper wire. There'll be a little silver contact switch here in this guy. And I'm sure some of these they just don't want to pull off for a guy. Just fire it off. But yeah, there's a little silver contact switch. Throw him in there. There's another one on here. This I'm still learning as I go. A lot of this micro scrapping stuff's new to me. So anyway, yeah, there's another little silver contact switch, which are also fun to pull apart in the evening, sitting around. You got nothing better to do. Just gonna set the copper wires over here. Pull the brushes apart, get them out of the way. Now some of the brushes, I don't know, guys, the scrappers will know, there'll be a little brass cap on the end here and the copper wire that attaches up inside this carbon thing. I'm just going to give it a tap, little brass off, slight little piece of copper, a bit of brass, and then just a spring. Actually, I should look at those other ones. I don't think they had, yeah, these other ones, they didn't have the copper wire going through them. So we just had a spring that's copper colored, but it's magnetic. Carry on here. Carry on. Carry on. Or fall flat on our face, because there we go. So comes that shaft. You got a bunch of wonderful greasy gears. So I just knocked them right off into a plastic bin. However, pop these little metal keepers that were holding those gears onto this plate here. Pop them off because they're metal. Metal. Steals the meal. Steals the meal. So hopefully you guys are still enthused. Watching me struggle. The struggle is real. Scrap life. Become a scrapper, they said. Life will be fun. Well, fun it is. Easy it's not. Some days you fight too much with it, bury it in the shred. A little bit of plastic won't hurt nothing. Grease on it, well, that'll lube things up. Everything needs a little grease, a little lubing. And so there's a couple little wires to your brass connectors from the brushes. I'm going to throw them into my little dish there. Inside here, there's some washers and brass bushing. I don't know if I'll be able to get it knocked out this way. Yes. It's a nice little hunk of brass there, come out of the sky. Pick up the file for the doubters. Guys at the yard. Nice. Nice, nice. It's actually got a good bit of weight to it. And brass lug. And just checking that their washers. Sometimes they're aluminum or stainless and this stuff. Screw. And we're just gonna put a piece of paper towel here off the floor. A bit of this grease will wipe. I don't think that is magnetic. Well, it's stuck there a little bit, but it's all covered in grease. Might be an aluminum washer. It's always good to check those. Yeah. If it's aluminum, it's not a lot of aluminum, like Gulf Coast says. Pennies make dollars, I think. I think that's him. Nope, but that's magnetic. So in the shed. More shred, more money. Jimbo. Shout out to Jimbo. Always making me laugh. Watching his videos. Alright. So we get that out of the way. Grab drill. Some hair around it. Greasy stuff. Brackets off. The copper. More copper, more money. Shout out to Jimbo again. So you'd have to probably beat that off. Yeah, beat it off. See if I can grab it. I don't have a. Where's my bigger pliers here? Right here. There you go. Magnetics, and there's some shred off at that bracket. There, just down to that spindle that could possibly, you know, maybe go in with copper motors still. Little bits of copper ends there, but that's about as far as I'll take them little guys. Have a look here. I think I don't think that there's a brass one here on this bearing. No brass or nothing onto that piece. So right to the shred. The metal washer. And your plastic keepers for the brushes are held down by a little brass rivet in there. It's always definitely worth popping them off, you know. Even the small things, they add to big things. Plastic. Yeah, I mean, you don't want to leave too much plastic in your shred. You know, I'd probably get mad at you for that one. Into a little bit. If you're going to struggle with it too much, you know, whatever. All right. Get this tape off the windings. Cleans it up good enough. find this tape is be kind of a sticks real good, probably as the motor heats up. Yeah, some of these videos are going to be a little longer than others. Anyway, what I'll do for now is I'll just get the tape off that side so I can just take my cutters here. Maybe just pop the copper up a little bit, make sure that I can get wires before I go any further. I mean, it's pretty easy to tell this one's copper. Oh yeah, I'm copper more money. And usually they'll just want to just cut that pop right out, and if not, just give them a little pry. Screwdriver there. You got more tape holding the plastic pieces. Whoa. On there. Oh, more tape underneath it. Wow, they really tape these ones up. And then you just get that little bit of tape up. Normally if I'm doing a whole bunch of them, I'll just kind of get them to a point and then I'll just have a whole bunch of this and I'll pull the tape off. Kind of like an assembly line sort of thing rather than doing everything separate. Like this. There. More shred or possibly prepared. Hopefully the heater was just warm enough and I didn't, I did kind of bounce off the front of the heater there. Just take the knife. There, get that tape off. That plastic. So, slice number 2. From that blender. So from the two of them, there's the motor windings, and there's the Bendix pieces and spindles. That's a green colored, like copper, but it is copper. I scratched it there. Wow, pinched it pulling it out. Yeah, some cool copper there. Nice hunk of copper there for this. For the pile. I hope you guys enjoyed this video, made it this far. If you did, well, we're gonna clip the wires off of this bad boy. And this is another one I gotta ask the guys at the yard if they take ballasts or not. It is a non-PCB, so I'll phone and ask. I do have a few ballasts. Some of them are PCB, some of them aren't. The wire on this is 18 gauge. Pretty sure that I seen on one of the strands. Yeah, 18 gauge, but it's all single. It won't go into number 1, that'd be number 2. Let me spit a wire off of that though. You could strip this if you wanted. Make a clean number 2, or get the number 2 out of it. or send it in as 60% recovery. Oh, I knocked over my snail. See, he's here now to try to remind me, slow down. Don't be so fumbly all the time. You know, take a breather, relax. Keep it simple, stupid. Like, share, subscribe, comment down below, and we'll see you guys in the next one. Cheers.